Hello and welcome to the session on ICT initiatives of Government of India. Information and Communication Technology, that is ICT, allows users to participate in a rapidly changing world in which work and other activities are increasingly transformed by access to varied and developing technologies. The Indian Information Technology and Industry accounts for a 5.9% of the country's gross domestic product, that is GDP, and export earnings as of 2009, while providing employment to a significant number of its tertiary sector workforce. More than 2.3 million people are employed in the sector either directly or indirectly, making it one of the biggest job creators in India and a mainstay of the national economy. Realizing the importance of ICT, the Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India launched a web portal named Sakshat, a one-stop education portal. The high-quality e-content once developed will be uploaded on Sakshat in all disciplines and subjects. Several projects were in the completion stage and are expected to change the way teaching and learning is done in India. Faculties from various higher educational institutions are participating in this curriculum development project. The National Mission on Education through Information and Communication Technology, that is NMEICT, has under its aegis created virtual labs, open source and access tools, virtual conference tools, talk to teacher programs and simulated lab experiments. The NMEICT has been envisaged as a centrally sponsored scheme to leverage the potential of ICT in providing high quality personalized and interactive knowledge modules over the internet or intranet for all the learners in higher education institutions in anytime, anywhere mode. This is expected to be a major intervention in enhancing the gross enrollment ratio, that is GER, in higher education and in ensuring access and equity in higher education. The NMEICT has two major components, which first one is the content generation and the second one is the connectivity along with provision for access devices for institutions and learners. It plans to focus on appropriate pedagogy for e-learning, providing facility of performing experiments through virtual laboratories, online testing and certification, online availability of teachers to guide and mentor learners, utilization of available education satellite, that is EduSat, and direct to home, that is DTH platforms, training and empowerment of teachers to effectively use the new method of teaching, learning, etc. On the other hand, the NMEICT would create high quality e-content for the target groups and on the other, it would simultaneously seek to extend computer infrastructure and connectivity to over 18,000 colleges in the country, including each of the departments of nearly 400 universities or deemed universities and institutions of national importance. In March 2009, annual revenues from outsourcing operations in India amounted to $60 billion and this is expected to increase to $225 billion by 2020. The most prominent IT hub is IT capital Bangalore. The other emerging destinations are Chennai, Hyderabad, Pune, NCR and Kolkata. Technically proficient immigrants from India sought jobs in the Western world from the 1950s onwards as India's education system produced more engineers than its industry could absorb. India's growing stature in the information age enabled it to form close ties with both the United States of America and the European Union. Each year, India produces roughly 8 lakhs engineers in the country, out of them 25% to 30% possess both technical competency and English language skill, although 10% of India's population can speak in English. India has developed a number of outsourcing companies specializing in customer support via internet or telephone connections. The Indian telecommunication industry is the third largest telecommunication network in the world and the second largest in terms of number of wireless connections. The Indian telecom industry is one of the fastest growing in the world. Projection by several leading global consultancies is that India's telecom network will overtake China's in the next 10 years. For the past decade or so, telecommunication activities have gained momentum in India. Efforts have been made from both governmental and non-governmental platforms to enhance the infrastructure. The idea is to help modern telecommunication technologies to serve all segments of India's culturally diverse society and to transform it into a country of technologically enabled people. Now we shall go through the Digital India initiative related to education. The first one is Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. The campaign aims at ensuring girls are born, nurtured and educated without discrimination to become empowered citizens of this country. The campaign interlinks national, state and district level interventions with a community level action in 100 districts, bringing together different stakeholders for accelerated impact. The initiative's YouTube channel show various videos related to the campaign. The second one is the Center for Excellence for Internet of Things, that is COE IoT. The Center of Excellence for IoT was announced as a part of the Digital India initiative to jumpstart the IoT ecosystem, taking advantage of India's IT strengths and help the country attain a leadership role in the convergent area of hardware and software. The main objective of the center is to create innovative applications and domain capability. Next one is the Digital Saksharata Abhiyan, that is DISHA. The Digital Saksharata Abhiyan or National Digital Literacy Mission, that is NTLM scheme has been formulated to impart IT training to 52.5 lakh persons, including Anganwadi, ASHA workers and authorized ration dealers in all the states UTs across the country. The initiative aims at training non-IT literate citizens to become IT literate to enable their active and effective participation in the democratic developmental process and enhance their livelihood too. Next one is the Digitize India. The Digitize India platform, that is DIP, is an initiative of the Government of India under the Digital India program to provide digitization services for scanned document images or physical documents for any organization. The aim is to digitize and make usable all the existing content in different formats and media languages, digitize and create data extract for document management, IT applications and record managements. Next one is the eGranthalaya. eGranthalaya is an integrated library management software developed by National Informatics Center, that is NIC, Department of Electronics and Information Technology. The application is useful for automation of in-house activities of libraries and to provide various online member services. The software provides built-in WebAPAC interface to publish the library catalog over internet. The software is Unicode compliant, thus support data entry in local languages. Next is eBasta. In line with the government's Digital India initiative, this project has created a framework to make school books accessible in digital form as e-book to be read and used on tablets and laptops. The main idea is to bring various publishers and schools together on one platform. In addition to the portal, a backend framework to facilitate the organization, and easy management of such resources has been developed along with the web-based applications that can be installed on tablets for navigating the framework. Next one is the ePathshala, developed by NCERT. ePathshala for showcasing and disseminating all educational e-resources including textbooks, audio, video, periodicals and a variety of other print and non-print materials through website and mobile app. The platform addresses the dual challenge of reaching out to a diverse clientele and bridging the digital divide, offering comparable quality of e-contents. All the concerned stakeholders such as students, teachers, educators and parents can access e-books through multiple technology platforms, that is mobile phones and tablets and on web through laptops and desktops. Geographic Information System, that is GIS. The Geographic Information System is designed to store, retrieve, manage, display and analyze different types of geographic and spatial data, which allows users to produce maps and other graphic displays of geographic information for analysis and presentation, and thus serves as a valuable tool to visualize spatial data and or to build decision support system for further use in any organization or research bodies. GIS stores data in geographical features and their characteristics. These features are typically classified as points, lines or areas or as raster images. GIS stores information using spatial indices that make it possible to identify the features located in any arbitrary region of a map. Next one is the Government e-Marketplace. Government e-Marketplace or GEM is single window solution for online procurement of common use of goods and services required by various government departments, organizations, PSUs. GEM aims to enhance transparency, efficiency and speed in public procurement. It also provides the tool for direct purchase, e-bidding and reverse e-auction to facilitate the government users to achieve the best value for the money. The next one is the ICDS Systems Strengthening and Nutrition Improvement Project, that is ISSNIP. ISSNIP is World Bank's International Development Association, that is IDA, assisted project implemented by Ministry of Women Child Development in 162 high malnutrition burden districts in 8 states viz. Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh. The objective of the project is to support the Government of India and participating states to strengthen the ICDS policy framework, systems and capacities and facilitate the community engagement to ensure greater focus on children below 3 years of age. And the second one is to strengthen convergent actions for improved nutrition outcomes. Next is the Knowledge Management System, that is KMS. The Digital India programs envisions to transform India into a digitally empowered society and knowledge economy. To spearhead this vision, Knowledge Management Portal has been created to establish a culture where knowledge is captured, shared, created and reused. It provides a platform to leverage the transformation of data to knowledge by systematically aligning with the organizational goals and strategy. Next one is the Learning Management System, that is LMS. Learning Management System LMS is a software application for the administration, documentation, tracking, reporting and delivery of electronic courses, that is e-learning and training programs. As a capacity building tool, LMS facilitates efficient administration of e-learning and training for various government officials both at center and state union territories. It has the objective of enhancing knowledge and skill of users as per their roles envisaged in the e-governance competency framework, that is EGCF. Next one is the Megh Raj. In order to utilize and harness the benefits of cloud computing, Government of India has embarked upon an ambitious initiative, that is GL Cloud, which has been named as Megh Raj. The focus of this initiative is to accelerate delivery of e-services in the country while optimizing ICT spending of the government. This will ensure optimum utilization of the infrastructure and speed up the development and deployment of eGov applications. Next one is the mKavach. mKavach is a comprehensive mobile device security solution with an emphasis and approach on protecting mobile device resources rather than scanning for malware's signatures. The major threats on mobile devices can be broadly categorized into data compromise, malicious applications, physical theft and misutilization of hardware resources. Next one is the Mobile Seva App Store. A mobile application store, that is mApp Store, has been created to facilitate the process of development and deployment of suitable mobile application for delivery of public services through mobile devices. The mApp Store is integrated with the MSDG and it shall use the MSDG infrastructure for deployment of such applications. The mApp Store is based on service-oriented architecture and cloud-based technologies using open standards as far as practicable. Next one is the MyGov. It is a unique first of its kind participatory governance initiative involving the common citizen at large. The idea of MyGov brings the government closer to the common man by the use of online platform, creating an interface for healthy exchange of ideas and views involving the common citizen and experts with the ultimate goal to contribute to the social and economic transformation of India. Next one is the National Career Service Portal. A national ICT based portal has been developed primarily to connect opportunities with the aspirations of the youth. This portal facilitates registration of job seekers, job providers, skill providers, career counselors, etc. Additionally, it provides job matching services in a highly transparent and user-friendly manner. These facilities along with the career counseling will be delivered by the portal through multiple channels like career centers, mobile devices, etc. Next one is the National Knowledge Network, that is NKN. NKN project is aimed at establishing a strong and robust Indian network which will be capable of providing secure and reliable connectivity. Globally, frontier research and innovations are shifting towards multidisciplinary and collaborative paradigm and require substantial communication and computational power. In India, NKN with its multi-gigabit capability aims to connect all universities, research institutions, libraries, laboratories, healthcare and agricultural institutions across the country to address such paradigm shift. Next one is the National Scholarship Portal, that is NSP. NSP is a one-stop solution for end-to-end scholarship process right from the submission of student application, verification, sanction and disbursal to end beneficiary for all the scholarships provided by the Government of India. Next one is National Supercomputing Mission, that is NSM. National Supercomputing Mission has been envisaged to empower the national academic and research and development institutions spread across the country by installing a vast supercomputing grid comprising of more than 70 high performance computing facilities. These supercomputers will also be networked on the National Supercomputing Grid over the National Knowledge Network, that is NKN. Next one is the Open Data. Open Government Data OGD Platform India, that is data.gov.in, is a platform for supporting open data initiative of Government of India. The portal is intended to be used by Government of India ministries, department, their organization to publish datasets, documents, services, tools and applications collected by them for public use. It intends to increase transparency in the functioning of government and also open avenues for many more innovative uses of government data to give different perspective. Next one is the OpenForge. OpenForge is Government of India's platform for open collaborative development of e-governance applications. Through this platform, the government wants to promote the use of open source software and promote sharing and reuse of e-governance related source code. Next one is the Saransh, a CBSE initiative. Saransh is a tool for comprehensive self-review and analysis for CBSE affiliated schools and parents. It enables them to analyze students' performance in order to take remedial measures. Saransh brings schools, teachers and parents closer so that they can monitor the progress of students and help them to improve their performance. Next one is the Shala Darpan. KV Shala Darpan is an e-governance platform for all Kendriya Vidyalayas in their countries. It aims to improve quality of learning, efficiency of school administration, governance of school and service delivery to key stakeholders, namely students, parents, teachers, community and schools. Next one is the Shala Siddhi. The National Program on School Standards and Evaluation, that is NPSSE, known as Shala Siddhi, is a comprehensive instrument for school evaluation leading to school improvement. Developed by the National University of Educational Planning and Administration, that is NUPA, it aims to enable schools to evaluate their performance in a more focused and strategic manner and facilitate them to make professional judgments for improvement. Next one is the SMS based midday meal monitoring scheme. Midday meal, that is MDM mobile app is meant for effective monitoring of daily and monthly midday meal data to be sent by the schools. The app provides additional data communicating mechanism for the MDM in charge or teacher who has to send the daily or monthly data using SMS. The app, once installed on Android device, does not need internet to send MDM figures, as user has option to send the figure through SMS from the app. This simplifies the job of MDM in charge, who even does not have to remember the SMS formats. Next one is the Sugamaya Pustakalaya. Sugamaya Pustakalaya is an online platform that makes accessible content available to print disabled people. The library houses publication across diverse subjects and languages and multiple accessible formats. It has been created by Department of Empowerment of Persons with Disabilities, Divyangjan, Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment in collaboration with the member organization of DAISY Forum India and powered by TCS Access. Study webs of active learning for young aspiring minds, that is SWAYAM. SWAYAM seeks to bridge the digital divide for students who have hitherto remained untouched by the digital revolution and have not been able to join the mainstream of the knowledge economy. This is done through an indigenous developed IT platform that facilitates hosting of all the courses taught in classrooms from 9th class till post graduation to be accessed by anyone, anywhere, at any time. Next one is the Visheshwaraya PhD scheme for electronics and IT. One of the key goals of the Visvesvaraya PhD scheme is to encourage working professionals and non-PhD faculty members to pursue PhD in the ESDM and ITES sectors as part-time candidates. It is envisioned that having part-time PhD students is likely to encourage the industry-academia interaction, help in the alignment of the R&D efforts between them and bring value to the country. National Repository of Open Educational Resources, that is NROER. NROER is a collaborative platform which brings together everyone interested in school and teacher education, initiated by the Department of School of Education Literacy, Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India, and managed by the Central Institute of Educational Technology, National Council of Educational Research and Training. The repository runs on the Meta Studio platform, an initiative of the Knowledge Labs, Homi Bhabha Center for Science Education. The next one is the performance indicators, that is PINDIX. It can be used by teachers themselves for assessing their own performance and to make continuous effort to reach the highest level. These can also be used for teacher appraisal by the supervisory staff or member to assess and provide constructive feedback for the improvement of the teacher performance. Next one is the Swayam Prabha. It is a group of 32 DTH channels devoted to telecasting of high quality educational programs on 24/7 basis using the GSAT 15 satellite. Every day there will be new content for at least 4 hours, which would be repeated 5 more times in a day, allowing the students to choose the time of their convenience. Now, let us summarize what we have discussed so far. ICTs are unprecedentedly changing the ways in which people connect and network with each other. The motto and philosophy of government-citizen relations and methods of knowledge and information sharing. Given the multiple of applications and methods, it is better to analyze the applications of ICT through various programs incentivized or supported by the government. These initiatives cover the wide range of ICT in applications in networking, e-governance and education. As India pushes hard towards a digital society, the government schemes aims to cover a wide range of applications. All programs are now coordinated under the umbrella scheme, the Digital India. It aims to transform the entire ecosystem of public services through the use of information technology. It has the vision to transform India into a digitally empowered society and knowledge economy. Many states and union territories have started various e-governance projects. Though these e-governance projects were citizen-centric, they could make lesser than the desired impact. Government of India launched National E-Governance Plan, that is NEGP, in 2006. 31 mission mode projects covering various domains were initiated. Despite the successful implementation of many e-governance projects across the country, e-governance as a whole has not been able to make the desired impact and fulfill all its objectives. It has been felt that a lot more thrust is required to ensure e-governance in the country promote inclusive growth that covers electronic services, products, devices and job opportunities. Moreover, electronic manufacturing in the country needs to be strengthened. This is the last module of the course ICT Skills in Education. Thank you all for joining this program. Wish you all the success.